On Friday, the Marion Jones Stadium will come alive. It will be the hub for hundreds of special athletes from across the country to showcase their talents in a wide array of sports. So what makes these athletes special? Well, they're children with diverse abilities who will compete in the national games of the Special Olympics.
These children are as good as any other children. They're gifted and talented and they have purpose just like any other individual that are playing sports.
Candice Morrison is the National Director of Special Olympics Belize.
One of our main things is making sure that our athletes are healthy. This is a year-round program that we try to get persons with intellectual disabilities involved, and cater to a holistic development, not just their physical, but physical, social, mental areas of their well-being. Even when a child is born, if the child doesn't have physical activity, it doesn't stimulate your brain, because remember, we all have receptors in our body, and so that stimulates your brain, and so it increases your cognitive development. Persons with disabilities sometimes still suffer a lot of injustice, although we're advancing in times, and so some of them don't have the proper health treatment or care that they would need. And so one of the things is that through sports we could actually have a fun way for them to have physical activity, and also they could get to socialize with others.
The National Games is a gathering of close to 300 exceptional athletes from across the country, all gathered in one location for a full day of competitive games. The event is the largest yearly undertaking of the organization. Surprisingly, Candice is the only employee who works with the Ministry of Education. All the logistical support for the event and all other year-round programs are facilitated by a network of over 100 volunteers. Chrisella Lawrence is one of those volunteers. She started volunteering 7 years ago when she was in high school.
Every year you see the kids, you see the joy on their faces, you see that they actually feel appreciated to actually get some, kind people around, some people that won't judge them, and, stuff like that. It's actually so, nice to see them like that.
One of the continuous challenges of working with Special Olympics is witnessing the discrimination that still exists.
We did a post, and I noticed someone said, imagine people are laughing at the post, because they did the emojis, the laughing emoji, and then so the person answered, but look how they look. I wanted to ban the person from the page, but I said, I want that person to continue seeing the development and the progress when we post videos of our same children. But I mean, for someone to post that publicly on our page, I thought that was, absurd.
They're humans, they're just like us, they just have certain disabilities that make them different, but they're still people and they're still fun to be around.
But Morrison takes the time to acknowledge the support that they do get from the community. One of the major fundraisers for the event is the Law Enforcement Torch Run. You may have seen them running through your neighborhood this week. This fundraiser garners about half of the funds needed to pull off the National Games.
The truth is that the organization would not be able to make it without our Belizean community, because what we receive isn't enough to go without the input and the investment that we make into ourselves, because remember, these are our children.
What they'd like to see more support in is at the Games.
I would really like the community to come out and see them, so that they could see. I think it would end some of the discrimination and stigmas that are there if they could actually see them competing. I think they would be surprised at how talented they really are. We need fans, to support. Imagine these kids prepare and they're working so hard, and I know it's gratifying just for themselves, but imagine if the community really came out and showed their support to them and cheered them on, screamed for them, congratulated them. I mean, how big would that be?
I think they should actually show their support by coming out and be a fan and actually cheer on, because like any normal person, motivation is so amazing. It can do a lot for a person. So coming out, motivating the athletes to do better, to do good, it's actually rewarding and it's nice to do.
The National Games will be held in Belize City at the Marion Jones Stadium this Friday, starting at 9 a.m. and ends at 4.